And that's one of the problems. Loot boxes, like casinos, tend to use bright lights and loud noises to give off a sense of accomplishment. Khmer TV also offers up studio space like this for students to use for free. This gives them a place and an opportunity for them to learn and get off the streets. Events like Wednesday night fights give people a chance to get together and test their skills. Cho says it's good to get away from social media once in a while to focus on what makes you happy. Reporting from Costa Mesa for Valley View News, I'm Demothy Tien.
Gambling usually happens in casinos, but the latest craze is gambling in video games, and your kids are probably doing it. Loot boxes are games of chance within the actual video game. You pay real money and win a random prize. Alejandro Williams says the goal is to show off.
You're spending money to essentially try to get a product just for, for cosmetic value. It's just make the character look cooler.
Some people are worried loot boxes could become a gateway to gambling addiction in children.
It's eye candy,
Williams says kids are drawn to the visuals.
It could be a diamond or something, but you want it. And it's just right there in front of you. Pretty colors? Yeah, you wouldn't want to get that.
And that's one of the problems. Loot boxes, like casinos, tend to use bright lights and loud noises to give off a sense of accomplishment. That sense of accomplishment can be addicting to some gamers. Gamers like Michael Espinoza.
I've spent about $200 a month, on just cosmetic skins on just the loot boxes. I think what makes it so addicting is that the loot boxes are completely random. So if you don't get a certain skin that you want, it's like you just have to keep trying.
Some companies won't call loot box features gambling. They use other names like surprise mechanics. In Northridge, I'm Demothy Tien, Valley View News. Social media is another way for people to communicate. It helps people keep in touch, but there's also a darker side. Stevie Cho says social media hurt her mental health.
The fear of missing out on things and then realizing that, other people's lives seem better than yours and that you're really kind of alone in everything.
Social media can be an addicting environment. Seeing other people's lives while revealing your own life can be appealing. Cho felt a rush when she got likes, but when her posts didn't get that validation, she'd start questioning her own likability.
I sit there and I'm like, well, maybe this wasn't interesting enough, or maybe I wasn't being funny enough, or, it's not about like, oh, maybe they just didn't see it, or like didn't care to just tap on it and give it a like.
But that's not the only thing that hurt her mental health. She says Facebook always showed her other people's success, even if it's sugar-coated. That still made her question her own worth.
I went through a pretty bad breakup, and I was upset about it, obviously, and I see my friends getting married. Like, of course I'm gonna feel bad about myself because I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, is something wrong with me? You're so heavy and you step on me and it hurts.
So Cho decided to quit social media, pretty much entirely. And she says it's made a big change in her life. Cho says now she doesn't worry about what others think of her.
I feel a lot better. I don't feel like I have to broadcast every part of my life. I don't feel like I have to curate my life to be something that it's not, just so that I can get those likes, basically, get people's attention and get people to say like, oh, you're doing such a good job.
Cho says it's good to get away from social media once in a while to focus on what makes you happy. Reporting from Costa Mesa for Valley View News, I'm Demothy Tien.
A green screen lines Khmer TV's walls. Two anchors sit at a desk. They hope to bring information about the Cambodian American or Khmer population to its people. Tony Lai started his Bellflower-based station because he used to struggle with finding information about his community.
I have no idea that they have the parades. I have no idea Cambodian town exists. You live right here but because you don't have information.
Ready on 5, 4, 3.
And it's not just the Khmer community he's trying to reach. Lai says he wants to find ways to bring Cambodian culture into mainstream American culture.
I sponsor the Cambodian dancer, they call Khmer art. I sponsor them to go out and dance so that way at least it shows our culture to other people.
What
when they call in, they're going to call into the phone.
He does this to give Khmer people a voice. Kampik Va says the Cambodian community is hugely underrepresented in media.
When I go to these events, there's not that many news outlets and there's not much coverage.
Khmer TV also offers up studio space like this for students to use for free. This gives them a place and an opportunity for them to learn and get off the streets. Reporting from Bellflower for Valley View News, I'm Demothy Tien.